Hey you, imagine if Minecraft had an industrial revolution? Well, that's exactly what the Create mod is all about. It adds a massive range of new machines, ores, and so much more. And today I'm going to show you how to get started with it. First things first, if you're a Bedrock player, make sure to download the version of the Create mod that's compatible with your edition. If you're on Java, simply grab the original mod. Now, when you first jump into the Create mod, the very first thing that you'll need to craft is andesite alloy. This right here is your main material for crafting most of the mod's machines. Without it, you can't really progress or create anything more advanced. Once you've got your hands on some andesite alloy, you're ready to craft your first machines. But here's a quick pro tip. I highly recommend making a mechanical press. This machine is crucial because it unlocks the ability to craft sheets. You can make these sheets from materials like iron, gold, brass, and others. But how do you power it? Great question. Redstone isn't going to cut it in this mod, and here's why. There's an entirely new way to power your machines. To kick things off, craft a hand crank, place it right here, and when you right click on it, it will start spinning. Now you're ready to power up your machines manually. With this, you can start smacking materials and unlock a whole new world of possibilities. Quick tip, if I miss mentioning any machines, don't worry, you can always check your inventory for a quick reference on how to use them. And one more thing, don't forget about the rank. This handy tool, which is even part of the mod's logo, allows you to make specific adjustments to machines and also pick them up. It's pretty much your go-to tool for working with the Create mod machines. Now that we've covered the basics, let's talk about shafts and other ways to power your machines. With just 2 andesite alloys, you can craft shaft. These nifty little components will allow you to transfer energy between machines. Your power sources can come from several places. The hand crank for small-scale use, but also from water wheels, windmills, and steam engines, the main energy producers. For beginners, I highly suggest starting with the water wheels. These are powered by flowing water and are a reliable, sustainable source of energy. You can use shafts and cogwheels to transport this power to all of your machines. Now let's talk about the stress units. Trust me, these are super important in the Create mod. You'll want to keep an eye on how many stress units each machine produces and how many it needs. Here's how they work. They vary it with mainly speed. If you want maximum speed in a machine, it will require more stress units. There are machines that require more or less stress units than usual, so you have to have a good stress unit producer. If you can't see this information in your screen, you'll need the engineer's goggles. These will provide useful information about any machine. Now let's dive into the brass era. After crafting some machines with andesite alloy, you'll start seeing a new material in your crafting recipes. To create brass, you'll need a basin, a blaze burner, and a mixer. Once you power the setup, you can do that by throwing some coal or lava into the blaze burner, throw some copper and zinc found in caves, and you'll get brass after some time. Which works just like andesite alloy, it lets you craft new machines, casings, and even brass sheets. Now picture this, you come across a brass funnel. What does it do? Well, they work together with mechanical belts. Here's how. Place 2 shafts, connect a mechanical belt, power it up, and watch it work. Now this opens up an entirely new level of automation. With the funnel, you can transport items along these belts and store them in chests. Just put the funnel in front of a chest on the belt and done. The items will be transferred straight into the chest. There are 2 types of funnels, the brass one and the normal one made with andesite alloy. The difference between both is that the normal one is cheaper and only works with 1 item at a time. The brass one is more expensive, but you can choose how many items you want to work with. Let's say that you have a chest with 64 dirt blocks. and you want them to go 10 by 10 to another chest. You can't do that with a normal funnel, but you can with the brass funnel. You won't need two brass funnels on both sides. Just place one on the removing side and a normal funnel on the receiving side. The first funnel already does the work of filtering, so brass is the same as NSI alloy but upgraded. But funnels can also work like hoppers. Well, kinda. If you place a funnel on top of a chest, it will have a different texture and it can be used to place any dropped item directly into the chest. The only difference is that the hopper can extract items from a chest and funnels can't. This is where you can really start getting creative. Imagine all the different ways you can automate item transport and storage. Pro tip, don't just throw all of your machines into one cramped space. Trust me, putting everything together in a small area will lag your game like crazy. Build a spacious area where you can spread your machines. This will keep things organized, efficient, and much smoother. Alright, now that you've got a good foundation, you can start creating bigger and more complex machines. I hope this video helped you understand how to get started with the Create mod. If you found this tutorial helpful, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more episodes of the Create mod tutorials.